All right, guys, so we have another devlog here for you. Now, what you're looking at is the screen itself is the level that won the competition, and I've shown you guys a video playthrough of that, and that's all well and good. That's, fabulous, yay. But I got my send-in light gun in, and I've actually been working with the author of Mouse Party in order to make his add-on work well with the light gun. So this way I can have more than one mouse. I'm basically baking in the ability for two-player, but this is not a two-player game. It's just one of those things where if later down the line I have the time, I'll do it. Otherwise, whatever. But it's also proof of concept for anything that I decide to do after this. So yeah, I've been working with him for the past few days, and that's been great. But I've also been trying to, I guess, up my skills in terms of using Unity and understanding how Unity works. Um, when first building this, of course, everything was in the same scene. My UI, my gameplay, um, singletons, stuff like that, all in the same scene. And sure, I could, pull the UI and put it into a prefab or something like that. But it's a lot. It makes things harder than it has to be. So I decided, why not learn something new as well? So first, I'm going to show you what is important, and that'll be some of this gameplay. And then we'll switch on over to the editor and we'll look at what's new. Of course, I'm on the Sinden. This is still within the editor window, so you can see the top there. We're just going directly to. Now, of course, I have to work on sensitivity. But what is important here we have a light gun. That is what is important. We have a light gun and we have a working light gun. All right, I got it before. Whew, thought I was gonna miss it. But when I first made this game, it was all, mouse. I have to work on accuracy because that should be a little better. But this is all just to make sure that everything is working. So this is my little playground here. This game is infinitely more fun when you have a light gun. Infinitely more fun with a light gun. Especially when you get off. Ah, come on. A headshot. No, I'm gonna die. Come on, get you up here. I died. Now, believe it or not, it's like, yeah, it doesn't look very much different from what you were working with before. But let me switch monitors here and we'll show you. So I'm learning something new, and it's this over here. I had no idea, no clue that Unity could load multiple scenes at the same time. I had no idea. None. So this, believe it or not, was a revelation. And it makes things so much easier because I can have my UI in its own scene and I just edit the scene and that's it. It's not a problem. I could be working on the gameplay of a level while someone else, if I had someone else, is working on the UI, and we're not going to create any conflicts with each other or anything, because it's not like we're working on the exact same scene at the same time because the UI is in the pyramid. Get what I'm saying? Yes. So I will tell you that setting this up and understanding what I still don't completely understand all of it, because this can do a lot of things. Um, Everything from your regular schmegular scene management, transitions from one scene to another, all that basic stuff. It does that, but it also does this scene collections or scene grouping, where I can have one main scene right here that loads things that stay persistent, and then have this main scene loading in everything else, my start menu, and then have it handle the transitions from start to levels and everything else. This has been a lifesaver. I have never seen anything this cool in Unity, because I just haven't delved this deep. And I ran across this completely by accident while I was looking at just light gun stuff. So this is the direction that we're going to be going in, and it seems to be working out just fine. As soon as I get just everything working in stride, because believe it or not, I spent probably half the day learning how these different scenes interact with each other and how to work with different instances at the same time and async. I spent so much time learning all that just so I could get the ammo counter to work. But that's the good thing about all of this. I mean, I love learning new stuff. So it took me forever to get that to work. But what that means is that at this point, all of the basics of the mechanics are working the way that I want them to. Now I can go in and try to smooth things out, you know, mostly with trying to get timing down right, trying to get just enemy balance down right, little things like making sure that the reticle is accurate. As you saw, the reticle is not really accurate. You kind of have to aim a little lower than what you would think in order for the reticle to be accurate. So there's stuff like that which is going to take a bazillion years to do, but at least I don't have the hardship of learning how to make it work. Same thing with the multi-scene stuff. I'm starting to get it. It's making a lot of sense. This is going to make working on this game so much easier. I think what I'm going to do after I just get the game feel down, because I want shooting to feel good. Because right now, you pull the trigger and it might shoot twice, kind of thing. And so and a lot of that, believe it or not, has to do with the utility that comes with the send-in light gun and other light guns for reading repeats and stuff like that. So I'm just going to be looking into, coding my way around that. So one shot of that trigger, if you're not on a automatic weapon, is one bullet fired. But it works. It's doing what it's supposed to do, with the exception of the accuracy. So I'm pretty pleased. I'm happy with the direction this is going, because once you have all of that working, then I get to the fun art stuff. Making enemies, making walls, making streets, making buildings, and making everything work together. So I'm looking forward to getting to that part of it, the fun artsy fartsy stuff. Um, I did a couple of things in Blender. They come out pretty cool. So I'm going to probably start just futzing around with that a little more. The art is probably going to change a whole lot throughout development, but this is the start, and it's a great start. So that's it for this devlog for this week, and I will, catch you guys on the flip side.